Spencer Gallagher won the pole earlier today in qualifying, his second career pole. He's chosen the outside lane to start this race. That's Gallagher in the 23. Daniel Hemrick on the inside of the 19. Spins the tires a bit. We're racing at Texas.
How about William Byron jumping to the outside following the 11 of Tift? Look at Timothy Peters making it 3 wide.
Phil, Timothy Peters said he's not on the outside. I am. I'm going to take him 3 wide on lap 1. You see this mad rush here at the beginning of this race. Remember, these truck races are shorter. They don't have the time to strategize and hang around. They got to hit the gas and go early.
Hemrick has recovered from spinning the tires on that start to slide back into second place. A good battle for third between Tift and Hemrick's teammate Tyler Reddick in that 29. 2 wide and sometimes 3 wide is a little, you go a little further back in the pack.
Oh, those trucks sparking over the tunnel over there. It's pretty bumpy in that area of the racetrack.
Yeah, and Phil, you know this. These tire pressures aren't up to where they need to be. They're not at their perfect operating pressures yet. When they're side by side this early in the race, man, that's a tough row to hold down on the bottom. You really got to be careful. The bottom truck wants to get loose. The air is taken off the bottom truck. He could spin out, get sideways, and crash someone.
What about the guy in the middle?
Well, he knows he's in trouble, so he goes in there a little more cautiously. And to take it easy, if you're on the outside, you just go for it. Like you see the 71 truck of Austin Dillon. We know his experience level. He likes it up there.
I was talking to Jerry Baxter. He said, I really don't know what happened. He said, I was at the airport when the race ended last time.
Trouble. We got a flat tire on the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins.
All right, come on down, come on down.
Will that bring out the yellow, or is he going to get off track and get to pit road?
Yeah, track officials
taking a look,
checking the racetrack out.
Good with it.
I think he might have gotten the outside wall. He said he was a little bit loose. You see the damage he did flat side that Diamond Gusset truck.
And there's no flats on that right side. Maybe the right front's flat now, but it looked, judging from what he said, he got loose and got up into the outside wall.
He was running 27th, was a lap down. As you see, still under green. The caution clock approaching 3 minutes. You know, you guys talked about the window for the caution clock at about 38 laps, give or take. In June here, we had a green flag run of 88 laps, or last year I should say, we had a green flag run of 88 laps. But with the caution clock now, it really changes the strategy and the dynamic of the race.
It certainly does, because they know they're going to be able to make some adjustments at 38 laps, and under caution they can have a little more time to do it.
Here's the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins. What happened?
We overheard him on the radio saying he just got a little bit loose, got a little bit up a little bit too high, and got that truck into the outside wall.
Pretty hard contact too. He'll probably have to spend a long time on pit road getting the fenders pulled away, and it's probably messed up the suspension on the front of that truck. Here's another truck that's struggling. Back in the 19th position is Ben Kennedy. He's not too far away from going a lap down. He's cheering for that caution clock to expire.
Yeah, I think that caution clock is going to save Ben Kennedy. He needs to get in. Joey Cohen and the guys need to make some pretty serious adjustments to that truck.
Kennedy was 4th here in June and was really excited about this truck. When I was talking to him yesterday, they were really encouraged by what they felt like they were going to have tonight, but it certainly hasn't played out that way, as you see Christopher Bell starting to challenge Daniel Hemrick for second.
What about those 2 KBM trucks that the boys have brought to the track? They're marching toward the front. Looks like they're long run trucks, Phil. But like I said earlier, this track is going to change. If you're good now, it's going to take some heads up adjustments by the crew chief to make sure that thing's good as rubber goes down on the road.
How does it typically change? Free up, or free up as the night goes, or what do you expect?
I would love to give you a definite answer on that, but talking to various crew chiefs in the garage area, they're not sure what's going to happen. Recently, the trend has been for the trucks to get freer as they go, and if that's the case, or excuse me, as the night goes, and if that's the case, you've got to make adjustments.
And I was talking to one of the crew chiefs, and he said he thought the second run is when it was going to start loosening up. And I talked to another crew chief, he said the last run is when it's going to loosen up.
What a great start for Spencer Gallagher, Daniel Hemrick, those 2 out there 1 and 2 in the race. Love Gallagher's line. That's what it's going to take. We saw that in the spring. That's probably what it's going to take at the end of this race to get to victory lane, and he's good up there now.
The 20 of Austin Hill right there going a lap down. He needs to stay in contact with Spencer Gallagher to be in the position to get the free pass. We're only about a lap away from the caution clock.
That caution clock, upper left-hand portion of your screen now, so just a half minute remaining.
Saw the truck just ahead of Gallagher now is Ben Kennedy. So he's going to make it, it looks like, to the caution clock without losing that lap. You see him on the bottom of the track there, racing with Jesse Little. What a great job by Little up in the top 20 here in one of his infrequent starts.
Well, Kennedy came into this race in the 6th position of the 6 chasers. We talked about how he couldn't afford an off night tonight, but right now he is the furthest back by a significant margin of any of the other chasers. He is 19th, and the caution is out as the caution clock has expired.
And he saves that lap by just that much, about 3 truck lengths.
Little's only made, in that 97 truck, Jesse's only made 7 starts in the truck series. That's a great start to his evening. Gets in, gets the right adjustments. He could contend for a top 10 tonight.
Absolutely.
Caution clock being used for the 17th time this season. Hasn't been every race and never more than twice in a race. Possibly more than twice tonight. I mean, if it all played out accordingly.
Now they don't want to catch them speeding, Vince, but if you do it, you got to keep the playing field level. You got to keep pit road safe, and you probably speed by half a mile an hour, but it's black and white. You either speed or you didn't.
They give them 5 extra miles an hour. Pit road speed is 45. They give them up to 50, but not 50.1.
William Byron, the leader on the inside, or Daniel Hemrick, the leader, I should say, on the outside with William Byron inside.
We saw Hemrick spin his tires trying to start on that bottom. He learned from that once the high side. William did a nice job of getting going. He looks like going to be able to slide up in front of Gallagher for second.
See Suarez, that orange truck, making it 3 wide on the high side.
Christopher Bell looking at the bottom in that 4 truck. Johnny Sauter behind him. Matt Crafton up there in the mix in that bright yellow 88, or that 88 truck.
See Spencer Gallagher outside of Christopher Bell in that 23 truck. Remember, this is the first time he's been back in traffic. He led every lap till the caution flag came out.
Austin Dillon in the 71, trying to get underneath the 13 of Cameron Haley, and just that close.
Did you see the way the air off that 13 truck made Austin Dillon drive his truck down the straightaway, moved it over a half a lane?
For 8th place.
Let's go back a second to what Chad Kendrick was talking about. He said this end of this race may be a long run, be close on fuel. It all depends. We know the caution clock. If we don't get a caution, it's going to come out in about 3 or 4 laps. And it depends on when they restart this race, whether another caution clock could come into play. If it doesn't, if they go past lap 88, we probably will not see another caution clock because we turn it off with 20 laps to go, and then it's going to be a long run to the end of the race, and these guys are going to have to start saving fuel.
Oh, wow, Johnny Sauter almost caught the back of that 4 truck of Christopher Bell as they exited turn 2. The lap truck was down on the bottom, the 07 of Mills, and I think it made Sauter's truck push a little bit on exit, and they about made contact.
That's for 3rd place. Bell in the 4, Sauter in the 21, both championship contenders. You see those chase trucks are trimmed in blue, the splitter in the front, the name Camping World name tag across the front windshield, and the spoiler in the back, all in blue, identifying each of those trucks as chasers, championship eligible.
Inside of 2 laps to go till our caution clock will expire. So you see 45 seconds right now.
Bell's been able to withstand the charge of Johnny Sauter, keep that 3rd position.
No mistakes on pit road here, guys. We saw what happened to Timothy Peters. He came in the pits running 9th. He's only been able to get back to the 14th spot. But Spencer Gallagher is on go. He's opened up over a second over Daniel Hemrick in 2nd.
Gallagher and Hemrick, neither one have won. They've both been runner-ups this season, but neither have made it to victory lane, not just this season, but in their Camping World Truck Series career. We're a long way from
Yellows out, nice and easy.
assuming that they're going to possibly get there today, but they have been the only 2 to lead here tonight at Texas as the caution clock expires for the 2nd time tonight.
Ben Camp, Eddie Gossage, Bruton Smith, they take care of the fans here, don't they?
Hemrick on the outside, Gallagher on the inside. Gallagher spins the tires. Bell gave him a bump. Great start for Hemrick, and Gallagher getting swallowed up.
We saw the inside line struggle on just about every one of these starts and restarts.
Yeah, Gallagher did a nice job of recovering because he made a mistake, spun his tires just like we saw Hemrick do on the initial start. And look at him come now. He's going to chase down Hemrick.
How about that? Gallagher spins the tires, and now he's going to the lead. He's got it.
How about Bell on the outside trying to go by Hemrick?
Look at that mess behind them. 3, 4 wide back there trying to sort it out. And there's some of our chasers in that back.
Road.
Yeah, and Spencer Gallagher's lost the lead every time they've gone to pit road, both times. So Gallagher's team needs to step up. Their young drivers really stepped it up tonight, huh? He's put themselves in a great position. Now his team needs to respond.
There's a good look at Gallagher in that 23. Won the pole, second career pole.
Led the most laps. He's got 82 of those in the bank.
Has not put a wheel out of place tonight.
As he moves by the 11 of Matt Tifft and the 20 of Austin Hill. You see Johnny Sauter lurking in the background there. Johnny gained a little bit while he was lapping these two trucks. Spencer moves right back up to the top of the racetrack. That's where he's made the most time here late in the run.
I like this 21 truck. Johnny Sauter's been steady and fast. I think it's going to be really interesting when this caution clock expires in a couple of 3 laps, Phil, because we don't really know who has the short run speed. We see Gallagher lead a lot of laps, but maybe not right off the green flag. Johnny Sauter, Caitlin, he's been steady all night long, but hasn't been able to get to the front yet.
Yeah, but right now Johnny is very relaxed on the radio. He knows he's going to the final round, just trying to chase down Spencer Gallagher. Here's what he's saying currently.
Oh yeah, 31, 48, 63 in front.
A little humor there for Johnny Sauter, but he did say recently it took off faster on that run, but it is still too loose on exit.
Sauter, you know things are good when you're having fun on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, in the race with 25 to go, as you see the 29 of Tyler Reddick and the 88 of Matt Crafton. Reddick running 5th. Crafton trying to get that spot.
Yeah, Crafton currently rides just 3 points out of our top 4, the 4 trucks that will go to Miami for the championship. Timothy Peters is inside that cut line right now. And looks like Peters is going to try to dispose of Ben Kennedy and grab another valuable point.
Yeah, we're within 1 lap right now of the caution clock coming into play for the 3rd time tonight.
Kennedy in 14th, and that blue and white 33, and that's Peters in 15th. Both are chasers. It's the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek just in front of them.
I think we have too long to go here. It's going to be about a 20-lap run as the caution does come out.
Clear.
For maybe a Timothy Peters to think about 2 tires here on a racetrack that you really need 4.
Yeah, the pace really falls off. We see them running down in the 29-second bracket on the restarts, right at 29 or 30 flat. And now they're all the way up to 31.40. I don't think you can take that risk if you're one of these guys that are trying to make their way to Miami.
Maybe 6 or 8 laps, but not a 20-lap run.
Vince?
We'd expect nothing less. And look at Crafton. He's going to restart all those issues, and he's going to restart on the front row with, under 20 to go.
Yeah, we're going to be 18 to go when they take your green flag right here.
Johnny Sauter on the outside, Matt Crafton on the inside, green and going at Texas.
Boy, Matt was able to do the best job of anybody so far on the inside.
He's even going to peek ahead as they enter turn 1.
Crafton and Sauter side by side for the lead.
Sauter up the hill. That's going to give Matt the clearance he needs to take the lead.
Crafton jumps up in front of Sauter. Now Hemrick will have the inside lane.
Christopher Bell's 3 wide back there. That didn't work earlier for him. Looked like a little contact possibly from the 13 truck of Cameron Haley into the side of Bell.
You see Gallagher mired back in about the 7th spot there, the inside the blue truck, inside of the 00 Cole Custer.
This is tough for these guys right now, Phil. You know how hard it is to drive these things nearly wide open in traffic 2 and 3 wide, and it's late. The more the laps wind down, the more aggressive these guys get. Can they survive this type of battle? Let's look and see what happened here. It looked like Bell gets a little bit loose and then wiggles into the...
I think maybe was that Cole Custer maybe in the middle of that group that got a little bit loose, and that forced Bell down a little bit, and that's when he made contact with Cameron Haley.
He's back to the 10th position.
5 laps to go at Texas. Our championship standings You see Byron and Bell, Crafton, they would be in right now along with Johnny Sauter. Peters and Kennedy would be out.
So much for that lead that Matt Crafton had. It is evaporated.
Well, we talked about the draft and those two trucks coming this way. You had to know the challenge was going to come. That's the way these truckers race. Remember just a year ago, Rico Abreu was trying to take the lead on the last lap.
Oh! Hemrick and Sauter almost getting together. Sauter's going to get around him for second.
I know all 6 of our challengers left in the chase for the championship are all capable of going to Homestead and winning the race, but wouldn't you know that Johnny Sauter would really like to keep that 88 from clinching a spot at Homestead right now, because he knows how strong a competitor Matt Crafton is. He's a 2-time champion.
Yeah, and he won there last fall, so he's got the truck to do it. He knows how to get the job done.
To Johnny, he's catching you from the top speed here.
Phil, that's just the draft. Johnny's able to charge up on Crafton because he's breaking the air for him. Once he gets there, will Matt be able to drive defensively enough to keep Sauter at bay?
Just 2.5 laps to go right now.
Wow, Sauter is coming.
Michael, you said at the beginning of the race, win and you're in. That's the easy part. Then you got to start thinking about points. These guys right now, they're not thinking points. Sauter's already got that win. Crafton, he wants it, but he's not going to be able to hold on to the lead. Sauter around the lead with 2 to go.
Remember how Crafton lost the lead here in the spring? Someone went around the high side of him. It just happened to him again.
I just don't think he has the truck right now to run with Johnny Sauter. That truck has gotten better and better all night long. And look at Johnny open up about 5 truck lengths.
And now Hemrick is going to get on and challenge the 88 of Crafton.
Just think, Phil, a lap ago, Matt Crafton was locked in if he could have just finished where he was. Now he's only 1 point to the good, and he's racing Daniel Hemrick for that 1 point.
Remember, Hemrick isn't in the chase any longer. He was eliminated in round 1.
But he can take points away from Matt Crafton, and that's exactly what he's planning on doing here. Crafton just sticks to the bottom, Hemrick around the top.
It's the last lap at Texas. Hemrick challenging Crafton for second. Out front, it's the 21 of Johnny Sauter. Round 2 of the chase, and Sauter is going to go 2 for 2. Johnny Sauter wins at Texas.
We wondered who had the short run speed, and it was Johnny Sauter.